Welcome, everybody. The ForageFanAddict Jeff Jackson here. Today, I would love to have everybody introduced to Renee. Renee is with the Central Plains Dairy Expo, and we're going to talk a little bit about the expo itself, some of the importance of it, what you might expect. So, Renee, please take a little moment here to introduce yourself to anybody that might be joining us today on the ForageFanAddict station here.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. Welcome. I'm very excited to talk about Expo 2024 for Central Plains Dairy Association. I'll probably refer to it most of the time as Expo just because it's quick and easy that way, but we also call it CPDE for short. We are very excited to launch into the 2024. It's just a few short weeks away.
Yeah.
How I kind of got started with the expo and the association is I am a project manager and event planner by trade. And I have a great group of women that I work with that we manage about 6-7 different nonprofits within the ag and dairy industry. And so Central Plains Dairy Association is one of those. We took over executive management in about 2019, tried to plan a 2020 expo, and then COVID came along and really threw a wrench into things. But it was a great opportunity for us to really learn and kind of sit back and look at what are some of the fun things that we should make sure we keep with expo, and maybe what are some of the things we can change and bring new life into expo. So we really have some fun things that we've done over the last few years. And last year our numbers in attendance were back up to post-COVID, so we were really close to 5,000 attendees last year, hoping to really get to that. But what I really am proud of our attendees is our attendees are quality. They are there because they are passionate about the dairy industry, the ag industry. They want to learn about new products, new technology, new equipment, what is out there. And so I think that is one of the biggest draws we have at Expo, is that we really have great exhibitors. We have great presentations, all that are very valuable to those that are attending. Whether you know anything about dairy, whether you're maybe on the agronomy side instead, but there's a lot of cross functionality and intermixing within the education sessions that happen at Expo.
I think you nailed something right on the head. That's something that I was going to bring up too, is that I have the opportunity again to travel many, many states in the US. And I've been to World Ag Expo, World Dairy Expo, farm shows all over the place. And I'm not going to take away from anything else that's done, but I will tell you that one of the things I appreciate so much about Central Plains Dairy Expo, and to your point, the numbers, you get 4, 5, 6,000 people that come through that 2 days, 2.5 days with the welcome reception. And everybody is very serious, very focused, very pointed. And if you want to get to part of my comment here is there's just not a lot of tire kickers that are there to see what kind of fly swatter and ink pens are free this year. They really have it's that focused environment where they're there to network, to be with their family. I'm going to call it a family. It's like a 5,000 person family reunion every time I go there. So it's probably the highlight of my year. Again, I've been to lots of different shows across the US, but for the businesses that I work in too, it's the cream of the crop. It's the premium deal for people that are in the dairy and actually even in the forage business.
One of my highlights is watching you serve ice cream.
Folks, if you're in the mood for a treat on Wednesday or Thursday, come to the Land O'Lakes booth, right? And get either your ice cream or a malt. It just kind of depends on what we feel like as we're renting machines. Is it going to be ice cream this year, soft serve, or malts? Or it'll probably be soft serve ice cream again.
Direct from the ForageFanAddict. I love it.
Yeah. And if you wonder what this booth looks like, just look for the big black Purina trailer front center as you walk in the front of the expo. So that's one of the other neat things, is that there is so much to see. I mean, when this thing started out, sounds like it was just this nice little gathering, small trade show, have some booths. have some fun. And now we've turned into literally utilizing 3 different facilities and structures to house this thing over the course of 2 days, 2.5 days.
We
So
have we have almost 300 exhibitors between those two buildings. We serve over 800 pounds of donated cheese over those 2.5 days. We have a free pancake breakfast. We have an amazing prayer breakfast every
correct.
Wednesday that kind of kicks off the show on Wednesday morning. And this year, if you don't mind, I want to just throw a little bit out about our prayer breakfast. So the speaker this year is going to be Merle Natinga, and him and his wife own M&M Dairy. They've owned it since the mid 1980s, and he's just going to be there to share their experience, the graces of God that they've been blessed with, and to talk about, how they've transitioned. They're now 100 Holstein dairy. They have over 1,000 acres in corn and soybeans. So really good down to earth people, that are local to our area to tell their story, all while we share a fantastic free buffet breakfast with free yogurt and milk and all the fixings, as well as, this opportunity to do a little praise and worship before we really get things going with the show. So the prayer breakfast is amazing, and I can't, it's so different from any other show to be able to offer something like that to really bring the family together.
So with milk and yogurt, will there be any cheese included? Because if we could serve ice cream too, I'm sure. I'm just kidding.
The night before at the welcome reception is where one of the places where you can get your fill on cheese. We offer free appetizers to all attendees that are coming. And then we have a huge cheese buffet, as well as hard scoop ice cream from South Dakota State University Dairy Club. They're serving for free. And after you get your belly full, then you can shake it out to Rodney Atkins, who is going to be our highlighted concert performer this year on Tuesday night.
You guys really, that is, so let's talk about this too. So we've gotten this far. We are talking about March 19th, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, welcome reception. So again, beautiful, how do I want to say this? It's one of the most fun networking, entertainment, again, family gathering, because everybody's a part of this really cool, fun community. But March 19th, there will be this welcome reception, where, as you mentioned, there will be hors d'oeuvres served. You've got the cheese bar, there's ice cream. The entertainment has been, I think I've been going to the Central Plains Dairy Expo for about, I wanted to say 15 continuous years, but I missed 2020. And I think even in 2021, we had a booth, but we had to distance and let people do their thing. Yeah. So I think I missed 2 years in there, but literally 15 years of some of the funnest entertainment. It's been tremendous that we get to do that and offer it to people basically at no charge. That's fun.
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that if you don't mind, Jeff. Our show, one of the reasons it's so different than all the other ones you mentioned earlier, is that our show is free to producers. Producers pay nothing. Dairy producers pay nothing to come in. Our exhibitors are also free. They bring a certain number of attendees, obviously, to man their booths and staff things. And anyone else in the allied industry that has to do with dairy, maybe you're into, banking side of it, insurance side of it, whatever, and you want to come and network or see things, maybe you're interested in some of the new technology and equipment that's out there. Your ticket is $30. And that one-time charge of $30 gets you a name badge, and that gets you into all of the activities over the 2.5 days. It's not a per day ticket. It is a one-time charge. Come to see Rodney Atkins, have free entertainment and appetizers. Come and see over 65 breakout sessions that we will have over the course of Wednesday and Thursday. Wine and cheese social on Wednesday night. Yep. Everything.
So multiple things that you just hit upon again. I wanted to make sure that people understand you can go online and register ahead of time.
Yes.
You can, and and we'll give that website here in a little while, most likely. And you can register when you come to the show. Some people will think they registered and they show up and they need to do it again. It's just, anyway, folks, there's more than one way to get registered, to get in, different opportunities. And I wanted to leave this out there because you just made that comment about allied industries and other people that might be interested. So to me, it's very important to get the insurance people, the financial people also engaged, to come and listen, to come and see. Because if you are a producer and you're going to a lending institution, for example, and you're talking about something and they might not understand where you're coming from, but if they have attended, networked, listened, been through some breakouts, it might just make the whole process, I'm not going to say easier, but different. There'll be an understanding. And I also want to say this. There are a huge number of people that don't technically milk cows, but are very integrated and very important to the dairy industry, like the people that are raising the dairy beef side, the forage producers that also raise feed for these dairies, and other allied industry people that, I mean, again, if you're looking for forage equipment, manure equipment, livestock equipment, it's basically a really, really well-run livestock show, equipment, that kind of stuff as well. But it's got a dairy twist to it if you want to look at it that way. There's a lot of cross-functional stuff that's there.
Yeah, some of the new exhibitors that I have this year that I'm really excited that I've reached out. Obviously, we have a lot that reach out. It is an extremely difficult decision to maneuver and get new people into the show because so many exhibitors come back every year, which is fantastic. But this year we do have someone that is coming in who puts up electrical surveillance, right? So video surveillance. I mean, and that doesn't have to be just at a dairy, that can be at any large property. So really excited to have him come in and bring that opportunity in. Oh gosh, I had some more that I wanted to talk about. Tech companies, quite a few new tech companies. So whether it is software tech or it's more of your equipment tech to manage your herd, right, and herd health. There's those types that are coming in. Definitely some new robotics companies that are coming in as well. So really excited to have some new vendors. And I think something I'd like to call out is that because of the way that we process our exhibitors coming in, all new ones are typically going to be in the arena. So the arena is still just really a great place to go and see some new faces and some new technology and companies that are in the industry. So I always try to say, make sure you get over there. And you will be speaking in the arena at our new Ed Shed, our educational shed that we have just started last year. We have quite a few different presentations that will be happening over there. And they're more of like a TED Talk. So you get 30 minutes. It's not a lot of show and game with the big presentation and all that. It's much more personal, right? Like have that conversation with whoever is standing there, whoever's walking by can swing in and stop in at the Ed Shed. So you are speaking at the Ed Shed on Wednesday, March 20th at 9 a.m. And I think what you're talking about is alfalfa, new and improved. AA series. You want to give us a few highlights on that?
Let's talk cow chow for a minute there. We're going to do alfalfa at 9 o'clock, yes, on Wednesday. And so what I'm talking about is some alfalfa products that we have, some really new advanced, I'm going to call it plant health type things in the industry today, where we want producers to have a better experience with getting an alfalfa stand established, and then persistence and a better return throughout time. It's one of our most challenging things to get done, is to get that crop started. And we think we don't think. We really know that we've got some newer, fun, unique things to talk about to have a live, healthy stand to get started. That's just going to be tremendous. So I've been practicing that presentation already this month. I'm ready to go. So looking forward to seeing some people passerby put 9 o'clock on there. Now, that's one of the opportunities I get. So with I try to be as involved as I can, right? So now we also get to do a presentation on Wednesday morning, Wednesday at noon, from noon to 1,
Yeah.
in room 13, room 12. Geez, I'm trying to read my own notes sideways here. Wednesday the 20th at noon to 1, room 12. We're going to talk Forage 360. So what does that mean? That basically says, hey, what can we do in the forage business to literally grow something full circle? And I was going to do 365, but we got to have a couple days in there to pump some manure and get a new crop started. So, alternative forages, crop rotations. How do we do some of this to get the most return on investment for that acre? Whether you're renting an acre or you own that acre, how can we be efficient and raise feed? Oh, and by the way, if anybody's heard anything about cover crops, regenerative agriculture with having a live root system all year long, we're going to talk and incorporate some of those things. So we could throw about 15 fun buzzwords in there, but we're going to do that twice. Wednesday the 20th, noon to 1 in room 12. Then we're going to do a concurrent session the next day, the 21st, 10 to 11 in room 13. So watch your schedules. You get Jeff a couple times throughout the show as well. Excited about that because it's always a blast to get to, again, network with people, ask some questions, talk about some new ideas. It's all about helping them make the biggest pile of high quality feed. That's my job.
I love it. And your presentations are very specific to the Central Plains Dairy area. Like our region is, we are a pretty tight region from where we're pulling a lot of our exhibitors and our attendees. We're open to everyone and anyone from all over, but your presentations, they cover more of, the Wisconsin, Minnesota, Dakotas, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas,
Yeah,
those types of environments, correct?
it's going to have more of that feel to it most of the time, and especially when we're in more of a dairy focused type setting. I'm going to try to and I spend a lot of time there, so it just naturally has more of that fit and feel to it because of the experiences in the scouting and the stuff that I do on a daily basis. So yes, I literally, when I get outside of that bubble, then I have to say, okay, I'm not just talking about dairy cows today, but literally, yeah, pretty
Perfect.
that in that pocket. But as you pointed out, man, if you like to network and see new stuff and get to, I think that word network, how many times have I said the word network today?
A lot.
That is a huge thing for me because I see so many people standing off in the corner talking. What have they
All
done?
over.
What has your experience been? What can I do different? Here's what I'm thinking, but what have you done? You don't live near me, but we do kind of the same thing. So I think that is such a neat thing, is that the chatter is just continuous of little groups of people talking about, okay, you just got done with a session. Did you hear what he said? How can we work on this? How can we do that? It's just such a cool environment. It's not me against you. It's how can we all win together? I think that's what's cool about it.
Yeah. I would say it's a very personable type of an atmosphere that we have at Expo. It's not at all like a corporate cold environment. We have it, there's so many things you can do here and there in all of the different buildings and opportunities to, go check out the flavor of yogurt and ice cream at the dairy bar and grab a grilled cheese and walk around and then go get your ice cream at Jeff's booth. Or it's just fun. It's just
It
fun.
is. It's really a fun environment. And so you mentioned, well, we just talked about me, about doing some presentations, but how many breakouts did you say that would be offered, or different time slots throughout how many, 12,
Yeah.
13, 14 rooms?
I literally just counted it before our call, hoping you would ask me. We have 69 breakout sessions, and 12 of them are all offered in only Spanish. So
Right.
that's very exciting that we have, some bilingual opportunities as well for others that are on the dairies. And one thing I wanted to mention is, in case you didn't catch when Jeff's or where Jeff will be, everything is on our website. So
Yes.
centralplainsdairy.com, you will find everything. You will find all of the sessions are listed under the breakout sessions tab. There is a printable, it's very small, but it is printable if you wanted to look at it ahead of time. But do know that all of this information is going to be coming out as well in our show magazine. We will have that present. It gets mailed out to about 5,000 producers ahead of time. We will have an on-site daily. We call it, it's just a little 4-pager
Yeah.
that lists all of the presentations, their times, their rooms, all of our great sponsors and the things you don't want to miss while you're at Expo. We will have a mobile app that will be up and running just a couple of weeks before Expo as well. So if you wanted to go into the mobile app and you want to, mark, I want to make sure I go to this one and I want to go to this one, you can do that as well. So everything, if you need a location to stay at, we have an accommodations tab that lists all of the hotels in the area near the Denny Sanford Premier Center that you can stay at. So it's all out there. We're adding more and more as well to our socials. So follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We put all of our information, our speaker cards, our sponsors, everything that's fun and gonna happen at Expo is out on our social feeds as well.
No, absolutely. I find myself on the website about 3 times a week because I'm like, gosh, I can't remember. Whoop, go look. Very, very useful, easy to get around. I think that's again, for anybody out there, this is kind of our moment to just give you a highlight of what goes on, why you might want to come and be engaged.
Yes.
And join us out there on March 19th through the 21st. It's again, probably one of the highlights of my year. If somebody said, which week do you not want to give up? I'm going to Central Plains Dairy Expo.
Awesome.
For sure.
A couple other things, Jeff, just because we are a nonprofit association, a lot of the funds that are raised at Expo go to our foundation. So we have a specific 501c3 foundation that we've spun off over the years. And part of what we do with that is give scholarships. And so right now we do have a Lon and Kathy Tonneson scholarship. Applications it's open for applications until February 15th. So next week, it is something that we do to high school or college students. So I would just recommend anybody that's eligible to go out. You can find that on our website under the foundation tab as well. And then our foundation typically does an auction at the Expo. This year we will not be doing that. We're kind of configuring to do something a little bit bigger and more exciting with the foundation. So just be prepared in case you were thinking there was going to be an auction this year. There will not be, but greater and larger things to happen with the foundation.
Well, that's a great thing to bring up too, because yes, those scholarships and that foundation is a big deal. So yeah, perfect. Anything else that we're missing right now? We got the time and date. We know that you're going to be there. I know that I'm going to be there, and that's all they really need to know, other than there's ice cream and Jeff. But regardless,
I'd say just pre-register if you can. It's super easy. It takes about 3 minutes to register ahead of time online, which then allows like 20 seconds to get your name badge if you're pre-registered.
right.
Another change, and we do have some pre-cons with some different companies, but one that I'm excited about always, and it gets so many people, is the I-29 Moo University. They do a presentation that's almost all day long. I think it runs 9 to 2, and usually they do it on Tuesday. This year, they're actually moving it to Thursday, and they're going to have it in the Premier Center while the expo is happening as well. I believe it's more of a beef on dairy topic, and they bring great speakers in. So if you're interested in registering for that, please see their website or ours. We have on our social media their link and such for registration. So that's something that's going to be a little bit different this year. We're hoping that by moving the date and offering them a larger area that they can bring in more registrations, people that are interested in learning about it. So.
Is there a link off of the Central Plains Dairy Expo or anywhere they can find the registration for that event?
I would say on our Facebook. Go to our
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
I know
We've
I've
got
seen
it.
it advertised multiple times.
Yep, we've got it linked on our Facebook. I
Very
think
good.
we've had it shown a couple of times, so.
And one more time, your website is?
CentralPlainsDairy.com.
Very good. So with that, Renee, it's been great getting to, I was going to say see you today, which I can see you, but it's been great getting to talk to you about the Central Plains Dairy Expo. And again, for everybody, tremendously run show. Thank you, by the way. And oh, I was going to say the Lon and Kathy Tonneson Scholarship. If anybody remembers them, they used to be the executives that run the show for a long, long time. So it's a great tribute to that family for literally helping grow it to what it
It
started
is.
out as.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Amazing. Just, they did a fantastic job.
so again, everybody, thank you. We're going to sign off here, but come to Central Plains Dairy Expo March 19th through the 21st, Denny Sanford Center and the Arena Convention Center in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We will catch y'all later, and this is the Forage Fanatic signing out. Thank you and have a good day.